welcome to the 16th episode of the Random Talks, where we speak of everything and nothing at the same damn motherfucking time. That is not the intro, but I just felt like saying that word. Anyway, welcome to the 16th episode of the Random Talks. So, man, this might be the one. And when I say be the one, this might be the one to get me canceled. I hope not. Just so you know, before you start this video and I start yapping and I say something that may offend you, it's all good vibes over here. Just so you know. It's really, we're just chilling. We just like to yap. Like, this is a yapping podcast. Also, I have to address this because, comments. I'm going to see if I can put up some pictures in the video. I probably won't because that's a lot. But there's this commenter that was like, the short answer to the title is yes, but I'm not going to watch the rest of the video because I've watched the rest of your videos and they're full of nothing. So my response was, haha, thanks. These videos full of nothing will pay my bills at some point. I wonder what this comment will do for you. I had to sit in the shower and think about that one. And then they replied, they were like, oh, you should be using your channel for good. And you're sitting here talking about bullshit. And so I said, of course I'm talking about bullshit. Did you not see the fucking title of this goddamn podcast is The Random Talks? It's a yapping podcast. You throw this on when you're doing something and you don't really want to lock in, but at some point you lock in because we have good topics that we speak on. So it's like, this is a yapping podcast. If you don't want to hear somebody yap, don't come here. Yes, sometimes we're going to address things, but just so you know, even in the beginning of the videos, we speak about a topic, but that's not what the whole video is about. That's not what this podcast is. If you want something informative, you go over there to motherfucking ESPN and you watch the fucking football channel or whatever the fuck they have over there. This is not this channel. This is not this channel. Had to snap real quick because you guys you expected too much of me, and I have to let you know I'm not an influencer, okay? I don't do this to be an influencer. I literally just sit in front of a camera and I talk shit. If you don't want to hear me talk shit, go somewhere where they don't talk shit. I have my moments where I don't really feel like hearing people talk shit, so I watch something that's informative. Maybe you should take my advice and go watch something that feeds your brain. This is not feeding your brain, okay? It's not feeding your brain. You're starving here. You're going to starve here. So if you want to go eat some good food, you go over to somewhere else and eat some good food. Don't come over here looking for knowledge. So to start this episode, we are getting controversial again, as I always do with every episode. But this one's a little close to home. I've made a video about this when I had my old YouTube channel, but I had to bring it back because, my opinion still stands. For the segment Shit I Found on the Internet, we have here, in your own opinion, what's the most toxic anime fandom out there and why? Immediately, someone said AOT fandom, no doubt. Oop! Girl. And I'm not disagreeing. What you thought I was gonna... No, I'm not disagreeing because you guys are sick. No, wait. Yeah, no, you guys are sick. You guys are sick too. Naruto fandom, we gonna get into that later. But you guys are sick. You guys are mad, but let me tell you why I say that. Not all of you are mad. I'm not going to generalize everyone, but I'm not going to lie. A majority of the fandom is sick. You guys are mad. So this person's reasoning is, one, they are known to harass animators. People who are working on a fan project called AOT and R, supervisor of this project, even got death threats with, editors and some fan artists on Twitter. So, I'm studying computer arts animation. That's my major in college. And it's like, at some point, I do want to put out a TV show. This is going to be way down the line. So do not expect that any fucking time soon. Just so you know. Do not expect that, bro. But it's like, as a person that is an animator, for people to harass and even send death threats to someone, like, the harassment is literally going to create an opposite effect. You're harassing them so they will put out product. They're not going to want to sit here and doodle on the screen at home or in the office because it's like, hey, I'm getting death threats. I don't know. Like, bro, I'm going to go touch some grass because I'm in fear of my life. Or I'm going to stay inside and look at my craft from afar, but avoid it because I'm scared. Like, you guys are not understanding. That is weird. It's not weird. It's scary. So that's why I say you're sick. I have seen sick fandoms. Boku no Pico. But it's like, To send death threats is like a different kind of weird and a different kind of scary. You understand? So, I understand. I totally get why they said AOT, basically. I'm definitely on the same page. Now look, I've met some nice, friendly, and happy AOT fans, but I have met more fans that will drag you through the mud for not watching the anime or saying anything that you dislike towards the anime, which I have been told by people from the fandom myself that it don't start really popping off till season 2. So what are we doing, brother? What were you doing for that whole motherfucking first season? Nigga, I ain't watching that shit. I started watching AOT when I was like, I don't remember, like 13, probably 14. Watched 6 episodes and I was like, bro, this is mid. Stopped watching it, never went back to it. Probably should have read the manga. I think if I read the manga, it would have been heat. But I was like, bro, this is like it was cool. Like, you know what I mean? I was feeling it, I guess, but it just wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. And now the fandom trying to put out death threats towards people. Now I'm really not watching that shit. Wanna know why? Because I'm scared I'm gonna be like you. I'm terrified to end up like you. Y'all scaring people away. It's literally so easy to take the butt plug out of your ass and relax. Literally relax, or maybe put one up there if that's what you need to relax. But y'all gotta do something because you're stressed. Your blood pressure is up. That's the fandom of high blood pressure. And I can say that because a lot of my family got high blood pressure. I ain't making fun of people that do, but it's like, shit, y'all stressed as fuck. All right? Y'all, you guys are fucking livid. Not livid, but you guys are stressed going through it. Oh, this is not sponsored yet. But you see what I'm drinking. I'm drinking my little crack, but I'm gonna cover it because I don't play. Oh, this one is juicy. Someone said for me, Haikyuu and now Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh my God. I need to hear what they say because I'm really biased right now. Those are 2 animes that I fuck with. So I'm like, I'm biased. But let's see. Both fandoms are toxic. I mean, why would you just ship every single boy in Haikyuu? Ooh! In Haikyuu, every member is shipped with like everyone. For example, Hinata is shipped with 5 characters and he is shipped with them because they're close friends. They're right. I ain't gonna get into it now, but they're right. They cheer each other up, which all friends do, and etc. things. And the same thing goes for every popular character of Haikyuu. Every character has more than 3 characters they're shipped with. But some people of Haikyuu fandoms just continue on shipping them. What surprises me even more of this fandom is that how can these people just think of shipping 2 friends together? Like, how do you even get this idea from? I also read yaoi, but aw, Kageyama is so cute. Suga senpai takes such good care of him. I ship it. Kia. I'm sorry for everyone that had to hear me awkwardly butcher through. It was in all caps, so I felt like I needed to put emphasis on it, but when it came out my lips, when it slipped through the crevice of my lips, I just noticed it wasn't just wasn't given, and I have to apologize for that. That was an attack. That the way I said that was an attack, and I apologize. I'll never do that again. As for Jujutsu Kaisen, which is getting more popular, their characters are starting to get shipped. Why? I don't know. I still remember after episode 12, I found their doujinshi, and of course, every male main character kissing each other. Ooh! What pissed me off the most is that Gojo is maybe 28 to 31, and is being shipped with Geto, Megumi, and Yuji. And I seriously don't get why they're being shipped. Now, I'm sure that after the first season ends, every fangirl who ships any boys together are gonna start hashtags. They must have even started with Yuji x Megumi, Gojo, and etc. If my words hurt someone's feelings, I'm sorry, and I mean the toxic people of fandom, not everyone. Good, because I was about to hurt your feelings. You don't understand how many times I had to repeat over and over what they were saying in this paragraph because there were so many grammatical errors, and I'm not saying I'm motherfucking who writes shit? Shakespeare. I'm not saying I'm fucking him, but damn. First of all, you barely got commas. You ain't got no commas. And who doesn't love commas? I love commas as long as a 0 is in front of it. But when it comes to a sentence, I love commas as well. What's kind of gagging me is last podcast episode was kind of similar to what they said about people being shipped together. To my understanding from that video, a lot of non-straight women ship gay relationships too, which I guess isn't a problem, but when you begin to fetishize, that's when it's weird. You understand? It's not the matter of appreciating the art. It's just the shipping, the constant shipping, and then the sexualization, and then the fetishize. Like, you see how it's just layers and it builds up. So I understand being like, bro, why do y'all always have to ship people together, which is real. Haikyuu are some high school students, first of all, which is, I guess, would be fine because they're all being shipped with other high school students, but it's really just a sexualization of brotherhood. If the sexual orientation of these two characters weren't expressed, I don't see why we would be shipping them with, but like, you never know. Maybe it wasn't expressed and they are gay. Maybe it wasn't expressed and they aren't. Like, we'll never know. But I have always thought, like, you know, shipping two characters together was a little sus if there was no actual context. Like, if there's no actual context of them being together, it just kind of gives like the K-pop vibe where, like I said in my last episode, a K-pop artist could walk by someone and rip out the nastiest freaking fart. And people will ship them together. It's like, oh my God, he shared a part of his body. He's freaking smelled it. I love, they deserve to be together. And it's like, girl, I'm not gonna lie. At first I thought this was gonna go somewhere else, because, you know, I do support the show, so I'm like, oh my God, like, the fucking fandoms are fucking weird. They're harassing animators too. Like, but it's the matter of the shipping, which I have seen. Like, I've thought about it, but I've never adamantly went, oh my God, this needs to, like, I've been in the anime community for probably a decade now. It's not something new to see two characters shipped together. It's really not. It's actually a part of the culture. You look up an anime character, you're gonna see at the top, you know, on Google, it'll show you like the character X other character. It's just, that's just something that's natural at this point. It's unfortunate, I guess, but it's not really hurting anyone, unless, you know, it does start to get weird when an older character is shipped with a underage character. I do think that's weird, but it's, you know, it's really to each their own. I don't really give a fuck, but of course I know there are probably people that's out there that do. I'm not saying I don't give a fuck about the underage and the older people being shipped together. I'm just saying I don't care about the ships in general. Do I think, like, you know, an older age person should be shipped with an underage character? No, that's weird. It's really weird. But people are fucking weird everywhere. It doesn't matter what fandom it is. People are weird. So I'm like, well, anything popular is the correct answer. But balancing for popularity, I'd say JoJo's. Ooh, girl, it just got awkward in here. No other fandoms will shit on you, not just for not liking their series, but not liking their series the right way. It's like Rick and Morty fans. If you don't watch the series in the right order and participate in all the stupid memes, you're not a real fan. Well, can't be hating from outside of the club. Can't even get in. So I'm sorry, JoJo fan. I've been spotted. Look, listen, let me cook. My bad to quote Chris Brown. Whew, yikes. Not gonna lie, I get it. I've seen it happen. I've caught myself talking some smack to somebody one day, so I'll be accountable for that. Like, it's the way you address people though, because you're like, oh, JoJo's fucking trash, JoJo's trash, and then of course we're gonna react and be like, well, brother in Christ, you didn't watch it correctly, so of course you think it's trash. Even I myself, I'm not finished, but I'm loving it. I enjoy my time. Not gonna lie, it does take a lot to build up, but that's why you go and you read. You go and you read the manga. The beginning of the anime series is boring. I can't even lie. Like, I gotta be honest. I can't help it. You know, I can't bite my tongue even when I'm wrong. I gotta tell you what's right. Because it's like, bro, it's boring. So I get if you're like, I'm not watching that shit. This shit takes forever to pop off. Just like how I was with AOT. I get it. I'm a hypocrite. Let me say this, I might go and read AOT, the manga, because I think the manga will be better suited for me because that's what I was told by someone else. Now, I'm telling you, if you think that, you know, it takes forever to pop off, then like, try reading the manga. This person said, MHA fans trying to ship underage kids, making them gay. Whoa. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? I don't watch the anime. It's not for me. Not saying it's bad, not saying it's good, it's just not for me. But what do you have to say for yourself? Because I've watched it happen. You know what I mean? I might not be in the fandom, but I know of you sick fucks. So of course, to wrap up this segment, you know I had to double it and talk about Naruto. Like, of course, Naruto was gonna be on this list. Are you insane, love? This person had a really good point regarding it, and it was nicely written, so I'm just gonna shout them out because you're a real one for all of this bullshit that you just typed, which I don't think I could sit in front of my phone and or the computer and type away like you did and yap about some shit. But I'm gonna go and talk about it. I'm gonna sit in front of a camera and say it, and that's real as fuck. So you typed it out for me to read, and I love that. So I'm gonna shout you out because you're a real one. This was written by Takeda Shingen. I think I said that right. Takeda Shingen? I hope so. Out of the big three anime, I would have to say that Naruto Shippuden, I'm gonna just say it's Shippuden, slash Shippuden is by far the most toxic out of them. However, the reason for this can be due to a few different reasons of what I feel makes this anime fandom the most toxic out of the three. Those reasons would be, hold on, before I say them, because my reasons, I'm a little harsh with my reasons. Like I said, the fandom, y'all can be sick. Not as sick as ALT, but y'all, like, just a little bit. You probably like One Piece if you like Naruto. I don't want to be rude, but that's you. Not saying One Piece is a bad anime, but fuck. All right. Just had to say that. Don't even have anything else to say. Just fuck. Fuck. That's a lot of episodes. And don't talk about my attention span. It's horrible. Yes. If the only defense you have towards One Piece is that, your attention span, it's lacking. Your frontal lobe is like, bro, like sometimes I wish I could just grab you by the lip, like just, mush your lip and crush it up. Cause yes, my attention span is shit, but I could sit through Fairy Tail. And people say that Fairy Tail is a copycat from One Piece, but I'm a lead. You know what? This is not even a part of the conversation that we're having, that I'm having by myself in this home alone in front of a camera. My cat sitting there on a chair in the dining room. So it's like, it's really just the two of us, and I'm just sitting in front of a camera talking shit. You guys didn't even say anything, but I just had to bring it up. Anyway, so suddenly power scaling became a toxic concept, even within the anime fandom itself. You have one side either being accused of lowballing people from the Naruto verse or highballing them to ungodly levels. It even spurred to people online other sites who talk about Naruto, with one claiming KCM1 Naruto versus Raikage was 72 times the speed of light, and the other debunking it while both talking snide about the other. No, this isn't a debate on whether he is or isn't, but rather an example. What spreads it further is that people do get upset when the Naruto verse isn't soloing any other verse when using their own power scaling. I could go on and on about how toxic the power scaling issue is, but I'd like to not waste all this space and move on. Long story short, the power scaling and the Naruto fandom is probably the worst next to Dragon Balls. Oof. I think they're almost the same, really. Like, it's not worse or less. It's really the same, but ST. If only because it's being proclaimed to one-shot every other verse while arguing with other people about it in the fandom who don't agree. It feels like it's a need to get back at the other verses for being so stupidly powerful, or being the butt of a joke to other universes in versus battles. Yeah, there are still others that are weaker, but really? Do we have to be at each other's throat over whether or not Naruto can blink and a planet's destroyed? I think I'm gonna leave it at that, because there's a lot more that he talks about, which is why I wanted to make sure that I mention who it was, because if you want to go see the rest of his reasonings, which the rest are ship toxicity, which we've already covered that with the other animes, so it's like, yeah. And then the other one is character toxicity, which I think is really good. So if you guys want, let me repeat his name again. His name is Takeda Shingen, and I read this on, I'm pretty sure, Reddit. So if you want to go, just look up his name, and I think you can see the media that he's commented on. But if anything, just look up toxic anime fandoms on Reddit and you'll see it. It'll pop up for sure. Like, you're good. I have watched Naruto, but not enough for me to be a part of the fandom. Like, I've watched Naruto. It was a part of my childhood. It was on the TV. That and Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z a bit more than Naruto, but, it wasn't something that was avoidable for me. Was I interested? Not necessarily. Wasn't really my kind of thing, I noticed. But for other people, it is. And the people that it is for, I noticed that I'm fighting for my life, trying to say, let me give an example. Just, I don't even know. Like, let's just say, Kaneki. Oh, Kaneki can't beat motherfucking Naruto. Kaneki can't beat Naruto. Kaneki can't beat, Sasuke. Like, bro, like, now, ALT fandom is sick at heart, but I think Naruto fandom, y'all be a little sick in the head. And I get it. I'm not all the way there either. I need to be able to breathe. Like, everyone is not, well, yeah, I take that back, because a lot of people are out to get you. Ugh. Maybe it's because of the episode amount, not gonna lie, but motherfucking One Piece fandom is going through the same thing. So it's like, maybe y'all should bond, which y'all do. If you like Naruto, you most likely watch One Piece. And I've watched a little bit of One Piece, but I noticed that, like I said before, I'm not a One Piece girly. I am more of a fairy tale girl. And the people saying that fairy tale was inspired by One Piece, you can suck my left toe. Politely and consensually. Because if you run up on me and just die for it, I might have to kick you in your shit. So don't do that. But, like, you know what I mean? We could talk about it. Talk about it in the comments. How about that? Let's see what you think. First of all, do you truly think Fairy Tail was an inspiration piece based off of One Piece? If it turns out it is, I'm gonna feel like a dumbass. I'm gonna feel like an asshole. But hopefully it's not the case. You know what I mean? Hopefully I'm just yapping and I'm being a little biased. I'm being a little defensive. Well, so what? So doesn't everybody? I also ended up rating the animes based off the fandoms. And for ALT, I have -100. For MHA, I have -1,000 because shipping kids is, not everyone in the fandom does it, but a lot of people do. It's like, it's giving Black Butler, like when it was shipping CL with, his butler. We'll talk about that in another episode. Anyway, next is Naruto. I gave y'all a 1. Because, like I said, y'all are not weird at heart. Y'all are just a little, you just got a little, and I feel like that can be dealt with. Probably not ever, but I feel like it can. And for JoJo, I have -2. Only because it's true. We do a lot. We do a lot to defend the anime. And it is true. It is a little boring in the beginning. It is, I can't lie. If you don't get past season 1, you won't get anywhere. Quite frankly, and a part of me can't judge you for skipping, which is like, you're just not gonna understand. You're gonna be a little confused, but I get it. I get it, man. But if you're unemployed and you skipping, bitch, you're just fucking lazy. And people can say the same thing about, me, because I don't want to watch One Piece, but I have a job and a life. Fuck them fucking filler episodes, nigga. Fuck them filler episodes. Why am I so mean towards One Piece fandom? I'm not, they gonna get me in the comments. They're gonna get me. Just be gentle. For Jujutsu Kaisen, I have a 2 because they didn't really do anything wrong except the people that's really shipping like Gojo with his students. That is a little freaky. Y'all sometimes, y'all can get freaky. And the last one we have Haikyuu. I did put that as a -10 because it's true. Why y'all always shipping boys together because they're friends? Like, and that's another thing. Y'all are so this is gonna get a little bit off topic, but y'all are so touch deprived that you have to ship people that are having normal human interactions and you think it's love. It's not. It's just friendship. It's just friendship. When they say touch grass, you're no longer able to touch grass. You're past that point, in fact. You need to go to the ocean. You need to go to the ocean and you need to cleanse at that point. You're so touch deprived that you see normal human interaction and you truly believe that it's romantical, babe. That's, you're past the point of touching grass. You need to go to the ocean. Take a dip. Take a swim. If you got a wig on and you don't want to get that wig wet, just take it off and wear them cornrows out and dip your head. Like, I'm not talking about put your feet in the water. I'm talking about dip your head. So if you got that wig on for the day, just take it off. Put it to the side. You know what I mean? Wash it. Make sure it's on the side, nice and hydrated and moisturized, but tell it you'll be back later because you need to dip your head in the water. For my next segment, latest obsessions. For books, I have The Midnight Feast. I am still reading this one. Like, I literally just started. Don't spoil anything for me. I'm so serious. And the thing is, I love spoiling for people. But if you ask, I shall do it. I don't just, blurt out things. Sometimes I do just talk, though. But that's not on purpose. You can do it on purpose by typing. Just don't do that to me. The Midnight Feast, it looks good, so don't do it. The Midnight Feast is a 2024 locked room murder mystery novel by Lucy Foley. I think that's how you say your name. Foley? I hope so. The story takes place on the opening night of The Manor, a luxury resort built by a wealthy couple in an ancient forest on the English coast. The Manor is hosting a feast, but something or someone is sabotaging the event with warnings, notes, and feathers. Feathers? Let's say that is feathers. Oh, okay. The past also catches up with the guest on the night of the summer solace with deadly results. Woo! Like I said, I'm not done. But even reading that, I'm like, who's gonna die? When is it gonna happen? Is it gonna be a shock? Am I gonna be attached to the character? We will not know until I'm done. So if you do plan on reading this, you know what I want to start doing? I know I usually talk about the media that I've already consumed, like if I've already watched the show, if I've already read the book, but I don't mind commenting what I'm reading or watching, and then we can kind of like watch it together, and then in the next episode I can bring it up and be like, oh, this is my take, and you guys can be in the comments talking about, oh, well, this is my take. I wouldn't mind that. So if you wouldn't mind that, let me know. This is something I'm trying out now, but if I see you spoiling in the comments, it's up. That's going to be all for books, but for anime, I am starting The Promised Neverland Season 2. Now, it's been out for a while, but I have been procrastinating because life has been a lot right now, if you can't tell just by the channel. Like, this is a new channel. I'm also starting back school soon. I'm a full-time worker. I'm doing a lot. So I wanted to be able to actually lock in to the anime. Like, I need to lock in, and you can't lock in if you're doing all this shit. So now that I'm finally able to lock into the anime, I'm hyper focused. This is gonna be done in one day. I got shit to do tonight, but tomorrow night after work, I'm gonna edit this, but I'm also gonna be watching it, and it's gonna be right on the projector. The description for season 2 is: the children discovered the sinister reason they were raised and try to escape their evil caretaker. If you haven't watched season 1, I just spoiled everything for you, and I apologize. I probably should have put like a disclaimer in the beginning, but girl, it's good. Oh. I'm just biased though. I love this anime. So I've rewatched season 1 at least 3 times. So I'm just being biased. But if you're interested in maybe, I'd say it's a little psychologically challenging. So if you're into maybe a little psychological anime, I'd get into it. Next for music, we have Treasure in the Hills by Leon Thomas, which I have been blasting this song. The bar I have here is: I found treasure in the hills, chase more than diamonds and gold. I'm trying to find me a soul. Basically, if you don't understand what he's trying to say, he's like, I need more than diamonds and gold. I'm trying to find me like a soulmate. I found treasure in the hills. When will someone just talk about me like this? No, stand up. Stand up. You see, I had to straighten my back. It was bent like a little shrimp. I had to straighten my back and lock in. I need a lot of y'all to do that. Don't fucking fall into the mix like I have. I've been falling into the mix. Oh my gosh, girl. Oh, we gotta talk. No, I don't gotta talk. Not yet. Because I put my business out there and then somebody watched my video and it came to bite me in the ass. And that's why I don't be telling my business unless I'm lit. When I get lit. We hit 10K. We're actually at 12 right now. So we're a little lit. But fuck. This is why I don't put my business out here. I'm still considered a micro freaking YouTuber. So, can't put too much out there. Maybe when we hit 50K, I'm done. Because it came and bite me in the ass. And I told y'all I wasn't going to put my business out there. But you persuaded me because you're so sweet and nice. And I felt cool and comfortable. And that was my problem. The next song we have here is Whip It Up by Justine Skye. The quote we have here is: flame it on the stove, put me on your plate. Whip it up to go when you need some. Let me know if you crave a taste. She said, let me know when you need some. Let me know when you crave a taste. You gotta listen to that one. That one, when you shake that booty with a little leg. Got a little leg, and you know what I mean? It's not the full twerk. You could do the full twerk, but I do a little leg. You know what I mean? I do a little leg. The last song I have here is Out the Way by Dear Silas. And he kind of went crazy, which I promise you, the lyrics I'm about to read is going to sound quite insane. In fact, it's going to sound insane. But when you hear the song, you'll be like, oh, okay, now I see why she recommended this song, because it's gas. But when I was writing this out, I was like, oh, okay, these lyrics kind of wild. So he said, bring your granny with her knees on swole. Shaking her thigh, figured I would bat an eye. Wink at her on my stage, watch it all unfold. Pick it up, fuck that, don't put down. Line up a pot, I'm about to cook now. I took the sauce and dipped with 2 sparks. Came off the noodle, took it to Pound Town. That was Dear Silas, everyone. For shows, we have Possessed. Oh! I'm still watching this show, so I'm not done. So don't spoil it, girlies. The description for this show is: a reluctant clairvoyant with psychic abilities teams up with a police detective to solve criminal cases. As you know, I give the regular description and then I give mine. So this man, he's a detective and he tried to act hard, but he's really a softie. Like, he's really a bear. I know you guys have met somebody that seems so fucking scary, but they're actually just a wonderful addition to this beautiful earth that we have here amongst these rubbish people that we also have on here. So he's really like, he acts like he's a piece of shit, but he's really cool. And then he meets this clairvoyant girl, and she basically, I'm not going to spoil anything, but she basically, they team up. And like they said, she helps with solving a case. I'm still watching it, so I can't give any spoilers because I don't know too much. I just know like maybe the first 4 episodes. That's all I know. Next show we have here is School Spirits, and I've watched this already, but I had to rewatch it because, not gonna lie, it was good. At first I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be one of those, one of those shows that it's just mid, but because it's being promoted so much, you end up seeing it on your feed and you're like, okay, let me give it a look. And it's mid. And it just happens to be a Netflix original. Not saying all Netflix originals are like this, because I eventually want to start acting and I need that opportunity to still be there. So, not saying that all Netflix originals are ass, but this one was really good. So, Maddie is a teenage girl who is stuck in high school purgatory and investigates her own disappearance. As Maddie adjusts to the afterlife, she teams up with a boy who died in the 1990s to solve the case and join the school's afterlife support group. The closer Maddie gets to the truth, the more secrets and lies she uncovers. The show is okay, like I said, but the only thing that kind of confuses me is like the ending. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it to go where it did go, which is good. I'm trying to understand, did they leave the show off like that to maybe bridge it with another season? Because if they were doing that to bridge it with another season, how, where are you gonna go from here? But also, if they didn't, why did you leave us off like that is all I'm gonna say. That's not to deter you from watching, but it's just to keep in mind that the ending can be a little... You just gotta watch it. You gotta watch it, and then you'll know. The last show we have here is Decameron, and the description is: a handful of nobles are invited to a retreat with their servants to a grand villa in the Italian countryside to wait out the pestilence with a lavish holiday. What starts as a wine-soaked sex romp in the hills of Tuscany descends into an all-out scramble for survival. So it's basically like a whole bunch of nobles and shit, and they fighting for their life. I don't remember if I spoke about this in the last episode. Like, I honestly can't recall. I also didn't finish it yet. Like, I started it 2 to 3 weeks ago, probably more. And it was, it doesn't draw me in as much as all the other things that I named. If I'm on break at lunch, I'm not tapping that one to spend my hour on. I'm tapping like Possessed. Korean dramas are just really popping they shit right now. So of course I'd rather watch Possessed than... I'm not saying this one is like shit, but honestly, different genres, different people, different vibes. I am not gonna be putting my business out there completely, because y'all don't need to know my business like that. Like, you don't need to know. But if you made it this far, then I guess I could talk about, like, what's going on in my life right now. Let's just touch back on, I think it was 2 episodes ago, where I talked about this 50-year-old man that I was, going on date with and seeing how things go, but I was unsure because he's literally 30 years older than me. Yeah, well, he's not 30 years older. He's actually 41. Turns out he lied about his age, y'all. And you want to know the way that I found out? I had a dream. And I was like, there's no way he's like older than what he said. But then I asked my friends and I asked my mom, I was like, does he look older than 50? And they were all like, oh yeah. We just thought he aged like spoiled milk, because, sometimes palm colored skin people, they do that. So I was like, oh my God. Like, I really just thought it was because he was, aging like spoiled milk, but it's not the case. He was lying about his age. So I confronted him and I was like, bro, how old are you? And he was like, why do you ask? And I said, because are you 50? And he was like, no, I'm actually 62. And I said, what the fuck are we doing right now? Like, you could be my grandfather. Of course you could be my father, but that's like, oh, okay, hot, Lana Del Rey, but like, you could be my grandfather. And the thing is, I do really like him. I do. I think he's cool. But honestly, it's a lot. I can't lie. That's a lot. Like, that's a bit excessive. 30 years was already excessive, but 41 years? Now I'm thinking, I'm like, remember that meme where it's like, you're a victim. You're a victim. I'm like, and it's giving, some people might be giving like, what the fuck do you even talk about? Which we have good conversations, because I don't want to say he doesn't act like a 62-year-old, which he doesn't. Like, he has the vibe of like, he has a very like a youthful spirit, a youthful vibe, but he's 62. He's 62. And I told him, I said, I just don't know if this is going to work. I had to be honest. I was like, I want 5 kids. I want to live in the middle of a forest. I want to build my greenhouse by hand. I want to build out ponds by hand. I want my partner to help me do that. I want to do that in the next 10 to 15 to 20 years. I want to have kids in the next 10 years. So in 10 years, you'll be 72. I'll be 31. Like, my children will literally lose their father at like the age of like, what, I don't want to say it, but 30, maybe 40, maybe not even. Like, imagine as me as a mother to be selfish to wish that upon my kids. Like, I understand, of course, falling in love. I'm not necessarily completely there where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just do it. I'm not there. Of course not, as that's why we're having this conversation. But it's like, for me to be selfish enough to put myself first without thinking of not only, the future of not only my kids, but myself as well. Like, it doesn't matter how old your kids are. Being a single parent is hard. And what, I'm going to be a widow? I'm going to be a fucking widow? Imagine, I'll be what, a widow? I don't want to be a widow. So I don't know. That's where things are at with the older man, because like, why did you lie? Like, I lied about my age. Remember, I told him I was 21 when I was really turning 21, not turning 22. But I was thinking, I was like, why the fuck would he really care? If you don't care about 30 years, why the fuck would you care about 1 year, right? Like, why would you give a fuck? Turns out he's 41 years older than me. Like, what is it? Like, whoa. Like I said, guys, he is a financially stable person, which some people, they would be like, oh my God, like, older man with money. Ooh, let me jump on it. That's not, that's not who I am completely, because I know I'm a have bread. Like, I get up and I'm the reason these lights are on right now. You know what I'm saying? With him being here or not, with someone else being here or not, I'm the reason these lights are on, because what? I like to care for myself. I like to spoil myself, because I'm going to do it regardless, because I deserve it. Now, if someone comes into my life and wants to do that with me or for me, then okay, I'll let them. Like, okay, you want to spoil me, then spoil me. But it was going to be done regardless, baby. What you hear, what you not hear. But like, I'm just not that type of person to be like, oh, that's all I'm gonna see. Like, it's deeper than the physical at this point. And of course, like, the kids are gonna be the physical, but like, I'm thinking of the future, like an actual future with this person. And you're gonna be getting up in the middle of the night at 72 to go and change diapers? You're not. I'm gonna be doing that. I'm be sad and mad, but I'm be in a big ass house. Be in a nice little big ass house, girl. Shit. But still, if I need help out in the garden, oh baby, can you help me? You lift up something heavy. What if you pop your hip? You pop your fucking hip and you can't move. Of course I'm gonna take care of you, but am I gonna be happy doing it? Maybe not, because I'm gonna be like, damn, if you're like 40 years younger, you wouldn't be popping your hip from picking up a goddamn hammer. And I'm not saying that's literally the case. Like, he's a great guy. There's nothing wrong with him in general, other than the fact that like, I'm 41 years younger than him. Think about it, bro. My mom is 42. He's 41 years older than me. Yeah, I'm gonna just have to reflect on that. But anyway, that's where I'm going to leave this episode, where like, y'all can see, how that is like confusing for me, because even 30 years was a bit much, but now it's 42. I said 42, but I mean 41 because I'm 21. So it's like, I'm just going based off the fact that, like, I still think that I'm 20 in my mind, where it's like, no, you're 21. You can go in that liquor store and get yourself a drink, which is great. Love it. Skedaddle. But, like, wow, guys, there's just, and some might say, oh, what's the difference of 11 more years? A lot. A lot. Like, my mom is 42. That's a big fucking difference. He's 41 years older than me. My mom's age is the difference of what we are, essentially. And he knew that and still preyed on me and lied. Like, you know, that's just where I'm like, cool guy, but that wasn't so cool guy. Because, you know, 30 years was already stretching it, but then you went and lied about, you know, you took off 10 years. First of all, you took off 12 years. You know what I'm saying? Knowing damn well. I don't know. He's also watched the other video that I made about him and said he liked the video except for the part where I was, you know, confused about us being together and saying that I don't think we will stay together, which that was my honest opinion. You know what I mean? That it is my honest opinion. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what the future lies. Of course, I like you. I'm having fun for now. Like, we're having a great time. But I don't know at some point. I don't know. I do, but I don't know. You know? It's definitely in the air. Closely in the air, but it's in the air. It's in the air. Thank you so much for making it to this part of the podcast. If you did, I guess I would say let me know what you think. But I already know what you think. I already know. If you want to comment, you can. But shit. I already fucking know. Mind you, I'm pretty sure my dad is like 46, 47. So it's like, bro, you don't got it. I know. Like, I have an idea. But, like this episode. If you like this episode, take care, brush your hair, and wash that motherfucking derriere. Wash your ass, girl. Get in that shower. Spread them. Ooh. I'm not going to say that on YouTube because now I'm getting paid now. It's pennies. It's pennies. So I'm still getting up, still getting my big ass up, and I'm going to work. But, you know, at some point we're going to make it, guys. I feel it in my little bones. I actually don't have little bones. My limbs are very long. I have very long limbs. So they're not really that little, but I feel it in my bones. That's all I got to say. And I'm going to finish this Celsius and get with it. Or get lost? I don't know at this point. I'm taking this Celsius back like it's a shot. God damn, what the fucking